What is that business idea? What is that thing that came to mind? And how do you want to navigate that?
That is what technology does. It does things with greater speed than light. And you may not even be able to retrieve it. Technology allows you to be polyglot. You can, as I'm speaking now, there are phones, if you want to talk to somebody in Chinese language, you are speaking English, the person is hearing Chinese. It helps communication. But it's also bad in that fake news is being propagated through technology. Your book can be doctored, a new author put there, even your head will be put on a woman, and you are the author. So it can create its own side effects, but by and large, the good sides are there. We must exploit them to make our books and works go far and wide.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, we want to ensure that we maximize time. We maximize the time we have. If you're just joining us, we celebrate you. Thank you so much for coming. All right, my next question is to Madam Bella. Majority of young creatives today, they give up in the first 10 years, especially in Nigeria. In the first 10 years of not getting results from their works, what do you think they are doing wrong, and how can we achieve better results as creatives?
Thank you. I want to start that by honestly spotlighting the host of this event. Yes, because I think she's quite a dogged young woman. And she's a creative, so we have to start. Charity begins at home, right? So let's start in this room. I've known her for a couple of years, met her through Anna, and I haven't seen a more dogged person. She made me sound like the most difficult person to bring to this event. I don't think I have that reputation, but she stayed. She has staying power. She writes. She works with Anna. I mean, I told her I've been to this building several times, but I've never been in this room, right? So I'm in here because she dragged me in here. And what are we doing? I came here, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. You didn't tell me we're doing a whole show, you know? But that's what it takes if you're going to succeed in anything you set your mind to, whether as a creative, whether as a tech entrepreneur, whether as a business owner, whatever it is. You have to define why you're doing what you're doing. I think one of the things I don't see a lot when I interact with young creatives is the why is not clear. I think people wake up, they see other people doing stuff, and then suddenly they too want to do it. You're not going to go far. And maybe you will go far by accidentally, something could take off. But people who don't define their why, they don't have staying power. It's the why that helps you to stay grounded. So you wake up, you don't say, I'm going to do this. You begin with, this is the why I want to do this. It's like an activist. You don't wake up and then you carry a placard. You have to define your struggle. What problem am I trying to solve? So as a creative, what problem are you trying to solve? And Gloria mentioned something earlier where she said, people have great passionate ideas, but nobody thinks about the money aspect of it, right? So when you're solving a problem, again, as we started earlier, when you solve a problem, it's profitable, right? If you're able to sit down and identify, okay, you know what? I see, for example, I'm a visual artist, and one of the things I've noticed that art is so expensive. A lot of people want to have art in their homes, but they can't afford it. And you're a visual artist. What are you waiting for? The business idea right there. Figure out a way to make sure that young people who like art, or most people who like art, can have affordable art. That can be like your own little niche thing, and then figure out a way to market it and put it out there. So, but your why has to be, you have to center yourself. Because centering yourself is the reason why if after 5 years, 10 years, even if you're not seeing the kind of result that the world wants to see, but you know that you're moving. And moving does not have to be exponential. It could be that today you learned something new, or today you added one extra thing to this idea. You have to honor the little baby steps, the progress that you make. You also have to document those progress that you make, because that helps you to reflect back and say, I started here 2 years ago, but look how far we've come. Another thing I don't see very often is collaboration. I think it's probably more, collaboration is more common now with the younger generation. I think I'm seeing a lot more, people doing more, doing more together. But I think you see people just trying to do stuff in silo. You're a singer, you're a visual artist, you're a filmmaker. Can you figure out how you all complement each other? Because then you're leveraging each other's resources, you're cutting costs, you're just figuring out a way to make things work. So collaboration is a really big thing if you're trying to make it as a creative, because it's expensive. And in Nigeria, unfortunately, the government does not really subsidize the arts. Around the world, art is subsidized. You will find a lot of hubs, creative hubs, where people can even just come and do their work, even if you don't have your own space. You will find places where you just can sit and work collaboratively with other people. We don't have a lot of those things here. So how can you then take advantage of the resources that you have in each other, build collaborations, and be able to do things together in such a way that you're cutting costs, of doing those things? I really want to emphasize again on the business part, right? You're a creative, you're creating. When you're creating, that's intellectual property. How are you thinking about the ideas that you're creating, about protecting the ideas that you're creating? That's where lawyers come in. I don't know how many creatives even have lawyers that they work with, or lawyers on their payroll, because these are people that you need to understand what are the values of the things that I'm creating, and how can I make sure that I protect it in such a way that it continues to pay me over time, right? Otherwise, you come up with things, and before you know it, other people are copying your ideas. But don't stop creating because you think other people are going to copy your ideas. Don't stop putting your work out there because you think other people will copy your ideas, because there are no ideas that are that original. I mean, there's nothing you're going to do today that somebody has not done, quite frankly. So I said that to say, also talk about the work that you're doing, right? Don't be shy to publicize what you're doing. There was a young visual artist I met recently. She's currently a student, but on the side, she's also a visual artist. I went on her Instagram post recently, and she sent me a post, and then I